Hi, today we're going to show you how to share documents with external users outside of a SharePoint domain. We'll also show you how to share folders and how to share sites. One of the nice features about a collaboration system like SharePoint and Office 365 is that you can share documents and other materials with people who are not in your organization, who do not have an account on your Office 365 domain. And it's done in a way that is secure so that you can share these with a certain amount of confidence. The way that you share a document in a SharePoint document library is like this. So here we have a document library and a document. Over here we have these three little dots, and when you click on that, it opens up a window. Gives you a picture of what the document is. In this case, it's a way to build a paper doll of a TARDIS. And you can share that. Now here you have a couple of choices on what you can do. Right now we're on the Invite People screen, and you can put in the name of somebody in an outside organization. And I'll use one of my other accounts. And I can share this document. Now here we have a choice to require sign-in or not require sign-in. This gives you a little bit of protection against a completely anonymous user being able to come into your site. If they require a sign-in, they have to have a Microsoft ID or another Microsoft-related ID. And that would give some way of tracing things back if for some reason something went wrong with the access, and the person that got access to the email that will be sent wasn't the person that you wanted. So that's what you get by clicking the Require Sign-In box. If you want, however, to not require somebody to have a Microsoft account, you can uncheck that box. In this case, we'll check it. So that's one way to share a document with a particular person. Another thing that you can do is that you can share a document, but you can do it by creating a link. Now you have a choice of links that you can create. One is a view-only link, and one is an edit link. In this case, since it's basically a JPEG, you might as well just create a view-only link. So you hit Create Link. It creates a link, and now you can copy this link. And when you do copy it, you can then paste it into an email or put it on a website or do whatever you want with it that will get it out to users. And anybody who clicks on that link will be able to access that document. Now, they won't be able to access anything except that document. They'll click on the link and the document will open up in an appropriate viewer, such as Word Online. So here we're going to copy the link, and we'll mail that around to somebody, and we'll show you what happens with it in a minute. So here's the person that received that link I just sent, and as you see, that person received it on an iPad. It doesn't make much difference what device you receive it on, but this was a good way to keep it separate from my other accounts. And so you see, if I tap on the link, it opens up the document in a window where you can view it. And you can move it around and see the whole document. And so that's all you're able to do. You don't really have a way to get to any other place in the SharePoint site. If you had edit rights on this, you would be able to print it, but you still wouldn't be able to get back to any other place in the SharePoint site. Here we are back on the Office 365 SharePoint site. And we're back at the point at which we created a link, which we just shared, and which you saw us get on the iPad. We did that because we have this Get a Link choice here in the left-hand margin. Now, if you don't see that when you try to share a document, it means that the rights for the site haven't been set up to allow sharing with external anonymous users. That also comes up if you want to share a folder. When you share a folder, you get a slightly different window. Notice that over here the Get a Link option is missing, and you also don't have the choice to allow people to sign in or not sign in. Your choices are constrained. You can share with people on external sites. But you can't allow them to log in anonymously, and you can't share just a link with anybody by pasting it into an email or on a website. You do have the choice of whether you give the person edit rights or just view rights, and that's an important thing. That's also something that you can do on any of the documents that we had previously. So we're going to share this now with my iPad user account. Another thing that you can do is that you can share the entire site, and you can do that by just clicking share up here. But notice here that when you try to share with an external user, it does not allow you to share with an external user. It says, sorry, you are not allowed to share this with external users. You can only invite people within your domain. So while you can share a document with everybody and create an anonymous link, and where you can share a folder with external users with the entire site, you can't do that. The exception to these rules are if you happen to have site owner rights or SharePoint administrator rights, in which case you're able to share with a wider scope of recipients. So those are the three ways to share with external users. For a lot more information about how to use Office 365 in general, and also Office 2013, check out the CGNET Office 365 Resource Center at the URL below.